Group projects. Let's be real. Everyone hates them. Well, except for some people who just get in a group with people and then have their group members do everything and then just sit there and be like, hey, you do it and I'll just sit back here and watch you. And then them get credit for it and get a good grade. One benefit to working in a group are getting to work with different people and getting stuff done more efficient. It can also help your working skills and sometimes even your people skills. I'm Caitlin Vogler. Today, Noah, Drake, Cole, and Abraham will be talking about group presentations. Some main points about group presentations are communicating about group interactions, delivering your presentation as one, and organizing for your audience.
Communicating about group interaction. When doing a group speech, it is important that you get together and actually talk about the goal of the speech. Actually talking to each other is important, don't just give contact information. The best way to work on a group speech is to get together and actually assign certain positions, kind of like a business. Someone keeps the files, someone deals with the money, and someone even cleans the toilets. Everyone plays their own role in a group. Making sure everyone does their job is very beneficial for a good group project. It also keep in mind that people are there to hear about the speaker's information, not about the relationship between the groups. Even though group projects are about building harmony and relationships between speakers, the people there to hear your speech are not there to hear about your relationship with your group. Always remember that groups are cooperative. They need to do their own part. Task roles emphasizing organization focus on script development. Cohesive language, transition, and consistent graphics is very important. Keeping it consistent as a group is very important when giving a speech. But yet, we need to all make sure that we don't create our own identity through our own speech. We need to make it a group. When having or choosing a leader, you can't pick a negligent leader, meaning a leader that offers a little guidance or direction. You need to have someone that knows what they're doing and helps everyone to have the best project together. Perhaps the greatest interpersonal skill needed for the ability to work with others, Perhaps the greatest interpersonal skill is being able to work with others. It's very important in the idea of you need to work as a group. Whether you don't like them or you do, you need to be able to work with them. So interpersonal skills is very, very important. Being able to work through conflicts with other people is also very important. Successful conflict resolution involves developing a sound negotiative strategy, which involves the overall approach to take and exchange proposals and counter proposals with another person when discussing a settlement to a conflict, so conflicts can easily be resolved. So next, we will talk about delivering your presentation as one.
Delivering your presentation as one. The purpose of it. Group members should keep at the forefront of their minds the answer to the question, what is the general purpose to inform or to persuade achieved? As a group, practice keeping the purpose of the presentation explicit for the audience. The purpose should never become hidden during the presentation. Each group member's awareness of the purpose is important in maintaining the right kind of delivery. It is possible to have great content for a presentation and miss the entire purpose for that presentation. Oral content. Up to this point, the majority of the group's engagement with the context has been in terms of reading and writing, and it is time to orally interact with the selected content to ensure that it has been developed for the audience properly, structured, and clearly articulated. The delivery plan is a time to evaluate word choice, idioms, and anecdotes. When working with this content, make sure that it is suited to the purpose and that the key message is explicit so the audience remembers it well. Dress. At all presentations, an awareness of your physical appearance is an important element complementing the content of your speech. Do not hesitate to talk about it and practice appropriate dress as a group. It is important to look like a group. Really consider defining a group's speaking uniform by deciding how formal or informal the dress code. Matching always helps as well. And facilities. It is not always feasible to practice your delivery in the actual room where you will deliver your speech. However, it is extremely important that you actively plan your delivery for the room by recreating the speaking environment. If prior access to the room is not available, then you will need to do your planning by asking a series of questions of the presentation planner. Some common things to find out, including the size of the room, is if a projector is available and its location within the room. Is there a platform and/or a stationary lectern? And is there a sound system, and how many microphones, if there should be microphones in that room? Next, it will be Cole.
Today, I'm going to be talking about organizing your audience and the best way to do it. When organizing your audience, you need to make sure you have the full attention of your audience before starting your speech. Some ways to make sure you have a full paying attention is to start with an interesting fact about your speech of whatever that is. And another good reason is put them in a situation that they're going to be thinking about during your speech of whatever that is and whatever you're talking about. Next, professionally packaging a presentation. Your audience needs to deal with a structure and arrange your points. Arranging your points is one of the biggest deals when you are giving a speech, because if you have starting whatever you start with and you bounce from one thing to the next, nothing flows. And when something doesn't flow, it doesn't sound good when you are getting your speech graded, or your audience just kind of loses attention, and then what's the point of giving a speech if no one's listening to you and you think this is just a joke? Another way to have a good organizing of your audience, you need to have a good, strong opening to your speech. And then your audience will be thinking to themselves, that's an interesting topic. And they might want to learn about it. And another way is to have some good visual aids. So when you show your first visual aid, your second visual aid, and your third, and so on, or that's it, they're thinking, oh, this is going to be really good, really interesting. And then with visual aids, your teacher is going to like it even better because you put time and effort to them.
Some of the main points of this video were group interaction, delivering your presentation as one, and organizing your audience. Working in a group is something we'll all have to face in life, whether we like it or not. It's best to be prepared and to know what to do when the time comes. So I hope you learned something from this video. You can take it and apply it to your life. I know I did. As we worked together and learned more about the topic, working together became easier. This has been Abraham Badawi, along with Caitlin Vogler, Noah Willie, Cole Went, and Drake Spore. Thank you for watching.